Knock knock. This is Kriti here. Nah, but I don't want to meet you. Knock knock. This is first chance. Who is first chance? So are you thinking about the first chance of a relationship between a boyfriend and a girlfriend? But I'm so sorry to break your heart because Valentine's is already over. So first chance is the hit and trial method for an individual to actually reach out to a particular goal. Nah, but I don't think he's able to still achieve that. Here comes the second chance. Now what is second chance? The second chance is when an individual puts in his 101% to actually reach out to that particular goal. But do you think he's still able to achieve that? No, I think something is missing. Presenting to you the third chance. The third chance is when a person rethinks, reimagines and re-ideates to reach out to that particular goal, including the good of the society in a whole as well. Now, why do we need the third chance? Maybe we have been a little selfish. Maybe something is going wrong. Maybe that particular goal which we have set up for ourselves is not resonating with us as an individual. What we are, with our efforts, with our life, and we are as humans. So maybe the timing of that achieving of that particular goal is not right. Or maybe the goal which you have set up for yourself is not that resonating with yourself, with your personality, or maybe the direction in which you are putting in efforts is wrong. Right? So something has to be altered, something has to be changed. It's okay. No, it's okay. Fancy things, no fancy stage, fancy life, fancy clothes. Okay, so it's okay if you actually take some time to reflect, to think about what can be changed to reach to that particular goal. Right? So the theme of this event, which is the greater good, can be categorized into two parts. The first one is when one sacrifices something for the greater good of the society. The second could be, when one actually rethinks and reflects upon himself and changes in the right direction to actually pursue something which indirectly includes the good of the society in a whole. Now let's see this with an example. I'm a year late. Not in terms of coming into this world, but actually starting my school life. So, I used to think it was because of some age issues, and I always used to wonder, why did this happen to me? Why am I being a year late? Why I have to study with those people who are younger to me, most of them were, and why can't I study with that cousin brother who is at the same age with me and he's studying a class higher than me? So what's wrong with that? In my entire school life I used to think, why just me? And I was actually curious to know the reason behind the same. I was curious as to why did this happen and what is the purpose behind the same. Fast forward to my 12th standard, it was a COVID year and I literally had studied very, very, very nothing. I literally had studied nothing, and the percentage I actually scored was way above my imagination. I could not believe that, it happened to me. And for me as a student, that was for my greater good maybe, because I got it that, maybe if I could have studied and prepared for written examinations, maybe I could have failed, right? So, giving you another example, I'm a die-hard introvert. I just cannot make friends, but you cannot afford to be an introvert in your professional life. Remember this. So, I'm very good at making connections and networking. I think that's why the organizers actually put me into this stage. So, introvert is not equal to making connections. It's actually wrong. So, I see it as an opportunity, maybe something that, I can grab a lot more opportunities for myself, giving in extra time into my professional life rather than just hanging out with friends. I might be wrong in some case, but it actually resonates with me, who I am, so it actually works for me. Giving you another example of no smoking, no drinking. It's good for health, right? So are you guys thinking that if we consider the futuristic perspective of all of this, are we missing out on now, with the present moment? No. Because our past, present and future, it actually depends upon what we do now. What is in our hands is now, and that is all that matters. Good or bad, bad or good, it's just in our hands, right? So let me introduce you to my brand, which is Journey Teachers. So Journey Teachers is my brand name, which is available on YouTube and Instagram, and in which I cover is, approaching to various colleges, taking about their interview process, talking about their applications. So these are some of the universities I've recently collaborated with. I also cover freelancing lessons, and I take various interviews of people around the globe who are experts in their field. So I've taken 70 plus interviews till date. I'm doing it along with my college, which is Christ University. I'm studying a triple majors degree course, Communication and Media, English and Psychology there, which actually gives me no single breath, but it actually gives me a reason to take long, satisfactory breaths. So it has been, very phenomenal in my journey, because I have not been earning anything from it. I haven't been able to monetize it since 2 years, and maybe I'm a little selfish here. Maybe I'm doing it for myself, to build my brand name, to have my confidence, boost up and gain skills for myself. But I'm providing value to lots of students out there. When students send me messages like, your videos were very helpful and we got to learn a lot. We got to, we got selected in that particular college we were dreaming of. It gives me so much satisfaction that indirectly, whatever I'm doing, it's providing value to others, and that is all that matters, right? So, talking about some of the social causes as well, I am working as a volunteer with CHI, which is Child Rights and You, and I'm working as the Chief Operating Officer with Impact Foundation, which is a social networking platform to connect individuals and NGOs with their respective donors around the globe. So we have been running various campaigns, various donors we have, and volunteers from all over the globe. And what has been phenomenal is I'm doing all of this selfless work as a contribution towards the society, which maybe indirectly is benefiting them, but I'm being selfish here. I'm doing it for myself because I really get those satisfactory smiles from the children who have been visiting, from the plantation drives to do something for the environment. So it has been really satisfactory in that case. I would like to introduce you to my book, which is Falling into the Sun. So Falling into the Sun is basically the journey of 3 astronauts who are all set up to visit the moon, but they end up falling into the sun. That's how the title actually comes. And then they discover the various features of the star, including the universal, the universal war between the lovers of the earth, the noodle man, the planetary starry show, everything around. So it's a lot of drama, humor on the sun. And I've been, able to grab a lot more opportunities from this. So I tell you my inspiration behind it. I always used to wonder why not the astronauts of NASA or ISRO, they go to the sun. Instead, they always send their astronauts to the moon or to discover the Mars, right? So we all know the scientific reason behind it, that the sun has way too much high temperature on it. But it could be possible in my imagination, why not? So I went ahead with this idea of life on the sun and actually created the characters, built up the plots around it. So another trigger point was that one day one of my relatives actually asked me, Kriti, what do you want to do when you grow up? So I told her that I'm not sure what I want to do, but I know this, that I don't want to sit in front of a computer screen or a laptop and work whole day, work 9 to 5. So she laughed at me. She was like, so will you be working on a paper and a pen then? I could not say anything to her at that point of time, but today I know the power of a paper and a pen. I'm not a fancy writer. I literally write with a paper and a pen on loose sheets. So as to it gives me a lot of satisfaction again. And my first book has been handwritten by me, and the second part will be handwritten as well. So that was the trigger point for me. I started, writing, and it took me 4 to 5 years because it wasn't a continuous process. I went through writer's block, creative's block, and it took me, even more than 6 months to actually come back at what I'm doing. So I've been able to, work with the publisher as well around for 3 to 4 months, continuously working on the copyright, cover design, editing, proofreading, and whatnot. So it's been a wholesome journey altogether. And it's always so safe to keep your work to yourself rather than putting it out to the people to actually make out flaws in that. But I thought to myself, if not, I will introduce the idea and my unique story to the world out there. Who else will do it? And why would, people out there should miss the opportunity to exactly know that what I have written and to exactly get introduced to the idea of life in the sun and experience the drama, humor, and romance there. So that's how this book actually came into the world. And universe created a beautiful magic for me. I was able to launch my book on my birthday itself. And when I came to know that, the book is in-house with the publisher in heavy rains of Bangalore, I just ran to their office. And when I held the book for the first time, it's like a book baby, So I literally felt heavenly touching it, smelling it, and seeing my name on the book. It was just, out of the world. And for a writer like me, I could not express that in words. So otherwise, I just love to play with words. But, some moments of your life actually give you no chance to express what you're feeling. So the journey hasn't stopped yet because the marketing aspect actually came into the picture. I've delivered various book talks and, went into different, in my college as well. My book is in the library. It's in various newsletters. I've presented my book to the Vice Chancellor, Dean, Librarian, class teacher, HOD, everyone, and various book talks have been delivered. And outside my university as well, I have set up various, book collaborating with different authors and, presenting my book in various book fairs as well, and delivering signed copies to the authors, to the other readers, and getting love from them. So it's been a wholesome journey. And what kept me going is replacing why me with what now. If I would have thought that, why just me? Why do I have to fight my fears? And why just I can't stay in my comfort zone? Why do I have to come out of my comfort zone and actually give something to the readers out there? But I decided to do it. Actually, I just love my dedication that I just decided to do it and present what I have written to the audience out there to actually gain value from it and bring a smile. So here's a beautiful message from life with lots of love to you guys, that you can still do it. Whatever it is, you can still do it. You have all the capabilities, all the capacities to actually perform what you are doing. Just think and reflect upon what you have been doing. Consider it in the right direction to actually reach out to your goal, and the third chance is actually not far. People always think that, we have only 2 chances, but the third chance is actually not far. And if you want to do it in the first go itself, make sure that you include indirectly as well. You can be selfish like me, but indirectly as well, you need to include the good of others in whatever you are doing. Because remember, the cycle of nature works in such a way that if you do not include the good of others, you'll never be successful. Or maybe it could be, short-term success as well. So that was my take on Get Yourself a Third Chance, a journey from why me to what now. And this doesn't have any color philosophy. It's just the 3 tricolors of traffic signals. Thank you.